Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with the beautiful Karina, my lovely wife from Venezuela, and we went through the K1 visa process like you guys are going through the K1 visa process. And Karina, she filed for her green card on February 29th, 2024, and she got a text message saying they received her green card application. I think it was on March 6th, somewhere around there, March 7th. And then today we got the letter for her biometrics. So we're going to go to New Orleans next week for Karina's biometrics, so she can get her fingerprints taken and get her photograph taken for a green card. Sharon Denise Persikian, hola Diego and Karina. What's going on, Sharon? How is Sharon? How's your family? We hope everybody's good. Isabella Enriquez. Hola, muchachitos bonitos. Gracias, Isabella. De nada. Para ti también. Jean Ganesh. Hi, Diego and Karina. What's going on? And Sharon Denise Persikian. Oops. Karina, we got you covered on that one. Don't worry. Isabella Enriquez. Karina. Ándale. Diego, Val, Jen Sure can on one time. Happy for you guys. Thank you so much. Same for you. Angel Tate, hi Diego and Karina. What's going on, Angel? And Sharon Denise Persekian, my fiance visa is approved. Well, of course it was approved. Congratulations. Good deal. That's great news. So we're going to give Sharon a Mountain Dew salute for the approved visa. Okay, see that? I can't see it. That's a Mountain Dew salute for Sharon. Your fiance's visa is approved. That's good news. Angel Tate, quick question. When will beneficiary be able to open bank account in America? Bank account. Well, as soon as you get a social security number. We will be traveling back to the USA from Jamaica. Well, when you get to America, Angel, get to the United States, go down to the Social Security Office Administration with your I-94 form and DS-160 and your passport and if you want, I would recommend getting married first and your marriage certificate and all that, and apply for your Social Security number. You'll get your Social Security number in about 10 days from Baltimore, Maryland. And then you take your Social Security number and go open up a bank account. Jen sure can one time. Diego, can DS-5535 take a couple of years? I've been on it since 5 months. Well, it takes 6 to 8 months. Depends on what kind of security check they're looking for. Sure, 5 to 6 months is the longest I've ever seen a DS-5535. That's a Department of State form, by the way, for a security check. 5 to 6 months is the longest I've seen it. Priyanka, hi Diego and Karina. Priyanka in Alabama, who got married in Kansas City. Priyanka, Karina got her letter in the mail today. She got her hard copy letter from immigration, and the appointment letter for her biometrics is in New Orleans next week. I said it was going to be in New Orleans. Remember, guys? I said it was going to be in New Orleans, and here we are going to New Orleans next week for Karina's photograph, biometrics. Jin Ganesh, I had my interview scheduled for the 20th of March, and I received a call this morning from the embassy. They changed the date to the 22nd of April. Well, don't be sad. Number one, be glad they didn't cancel it permanently. Okay, number one. Number two, it's just another month? They're busy. They got real busy. So just kick back and relax and wait for your turn. I was in Colombia with Karina, expecting to leave Colombia in November 2023. We didn't leave until January 2024. We had another month plus. It's what happens sometimes in immigration. You got to wait. Hang in there. Don't be sad. Be glad, because you got your interviews scheduled, not denied or blocked or canceled. It's going to be on April 22nd. Sharon Denise Persikian, he will be here March 30th. Okay, well, we're going to give another salute to Sharon for March 30th. That's what, 15 days? That's 15 days from now. That's just what, 2 weeks? That's not long at all. Jan Sure, one time. Jan Sure, one time. Can you get a driving license in the United States with just a social security number? In Florida, no. In Florida, you got to have a green card and a social security number. So what I would do is call the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles, and ask them what's the policy. Sharon, look at that super chat. Whoa, man. Oh, Sharon gets 3 salutes today. Okay, she gets a salute for her visa getting approved. She gets a salute for the time she knows when her beautiful prometida is going to be here. And I thank you for that super chat. We appreciate it very much, Sharon. That will help me with the gas to go to New Orleans because we live 4 states away. We're in Florida. So Karina's going to get to see Alabama, although she already saw Alabama. She's going to see Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. So she's going to have 4 states under her belt, right? Let me see. Priyanka, my I-90, no, it's not an I-96, it's an I-94, Priyanka. Your I-94 expired on the 14th of March. Is there anything else I have to do? No, you just wait for your green card. When you filed for your green card, your I-94 no longer is in play. That's how it works. You got your K-1 visa. It's good for 6 months from the date of the medical exam, right? You got your medical exam. That's when the clock starts on your K-1 visa. It's good for 6 months. You land in America. Your K-1 visa goes away, no longer exists. Now you're on an I-94 Homeland Security 90-day timeline to get married. You got to get married within 90 days. That's what the I-94 says. You got 90 days. You get married within 90 days. The I-94 goes away as soon as Homeland Security receives your green card application. Karina received her the immigration folks received Karina's green card application on, what is it, like March 2nd or March 3rd. It took about March 4th. It took like 4 days to get there. I didn't send it overnight. I wasn't going to spend $100 to overnight a package to immigration when they take a week to look at it. So we just sent it regular UPS. They got it March 5th. 2 days later, I got a text message saying they got it. And then today I got a letter. Well, Karina did. She opened up her mail and there's the biometrics appointment for New Orleans. It's quick, guys. The I-94 goes away. It doesn't exist. The I-94 is irrelevant right now. We're waiting on a green card. So no, Priyanka, you don't have to do anything else. Just wait for your green card, okay? Crowned Queen. Wow, I like that. Crowned Queen. Like Reina Esta. Hey, me gusta. Crowned Queen. Some states need social security number to get married. New Jersey. If you live in New Jersey, you got to have a social security number to get married. That's correct. Crowned Queen, you get a high five. You are very intelligent. You know exactly what's going on. Jan Sure, one time. So that means I should hear something within 3 months. Maybe sooner. Crown Queen, do you need 100% income for K-1 approval or 125%? For the embassy interview, you got to be at 100%. For the green card application, you got to be at 125%. But here's the deal. Make sure you're way above 125% going into the whole process. Because the embassy officer will say, okay, you meet the income requirements for 100%. Do you have a joint sponsor? Because you got to be at 125% to qualify for the green card. And let's suppose you're at 110%. If you are at 125%, right on the nail, get a joint sponsor. Unless you got $1 million in the bank in cash and a mansion somewhere on a tropical island. All right, I'm kidding. And if you got a $100,000 cash bank account and you're at 125%, you can use your assets. If you got a house paid for, you can use your assets. Or if you got a lot of equity in your house, okay. But my advice is be at 135%. 140% to be safe. If you are 100% or 125%, I recommend you get a joint sponsor. Priyanka, we haven't received our hard copy NOA1 letter yet. We sent it to Phoenix. What can I do now? Gotta wait. Phoenix will send you a hard copy letter, Priyanka. You just gotta wait for it. All right, just wait for it. You'll get it. 7 to 14 days is the average. Priyanka, put your feet up on the desk, get a Mountain Dew, kick back and relax, enjoy Alabama, and wait for your hard copy letter. You'll get it. Yusuf Haneen, good evening. Good evening, Yusuf. How are you? Priyanka, congratulations, Karina, for a receipt from immigration for your. Where is it? I sent the back there. She got her letter. She got 2 letters. The first letter was the biometrics appointment for New Orleans next week. And the second letter was telling her how to set up an online USIS account. And Sharon, Denise Persikian, thank you for that super chat, Sharon. We greatly appreciate that. Okay, we really appreciate that. Yusuf, I didn't get my interview yet. It's a month ago. You didn't get your interview. It's a month ago. What was a month ago? I don't understand. Your NOA2 letter was a month ago? What happened a month ago? Help me. Fill me in. Get me educated here so I know how to help you. Belinda Joseph. Hi, Diego. I'm so happy for you guys. My husband's green card got approved. Thank you for all your advice. Belinda, you get a Mountain Dew salute. Belinda got her husband got his green card approved. Salute. Yusuf, I'm good. Thank you, Diego. Very good, Yusuf. We're glad to hear that. Sharon, we appreciate all of your support. We're here for you. Sharon, we're here for you guys. We've been through this whole thing just like you guys, right? I was in Colombia for a year, and then I was here for a year. Then I was back in Colombia for 3 months, and it's not easy to do this. Okay, Yusuf, you got your case number from the National Visa Center. Give it another two months before you hear from the embassy, okay? Give it about 2 more months, okay? Priyanka, my husband's income is $85,000 to $90,000. We have $5,000 to $8,000 in assets. He is having $8,000 in liabilities. Will that be okay? Perfectly fine. He's good. He is a positive capitalist. He's ahead. Okay? He's good. Don't worry. Tina's in the house. Tina, hi, Diego and Karina. What's going on, Tina? Are you doing good? And Dina, Ali. Hi, Diego. How are you guys? Diego, please ask everyone if they experienced any delay of the DS5535. Has anybody experienced a delay? I emailed it March 1st, 2024, and still nothing. I'm scared it will take months. I'm tired of waiting. Do a follow-up with the embassy. That was in which country? This is for Iraq, right? This was a DS5535 security check for your beneficiary. Isn't he from Iraq? It's going to take a couple of months. Don't be scared, okay? There's nothing to be scared about. Yusuf, thank you. No worries. Dina, I was so close to finish, Diego. Now I have to deal with this form. And wait, Abu Dhabi, yeah. So your future husband is from Iraq. Beautiful Iraq. We love the people of Iraq. Okay. I got no problem with people. We love Iraqis. Okay. The governments, but the problems aren't the people. The problem is the governments. Okay. It's always governments that create problems for we the people. So the Iraqi people, we love you guys. But the U.S. government is doing a thorough check on your future husband because he's from Iraq. If he was from Syria, same thing. It is what it is. But relax. They're just doing an investigation on him, okay? You'll be fine. He's living in Abu Dhabi, right? He's not in Iraq. He's not in Baghdad. SBAG, do I wait for further instructions after receiving I-797? What you do is, if that's your NOA2 letter, you wait for your National Visa Center welcome letter. Dina, would it Will it be rejected or will it be approved? Of course, people have nothing to do with it. In my opinion, he's going to be approved. They're going to check you out, Dina, and they're going to check him out, right? Where do you live? Which state do you live in? Are you in California? I can't remember. But they're going to check you all out. It takes a couple of months. And I have no problem. They approved a lady from Iran. You're in California, San Diego. I figured, yeah, I remember you're in California. Relax. There was a lady from Iran, Tehran. America and the United States and Iran don't get along, right? The governments are constantly at each other's throats, right? In Iran and the U.S. government, constantly attacking each other. The Iranian people are fantastic. They're beautiful people. We love Iranians. And there was a lady from Iran who had the same thing as you, Dina. Well, she had her interview in Turkey, okay? She was in Turkey. Your husband-to-be is in Abu Dhabi. She got the same form. You're from Iran. We got to check you out. She got approved. She's in the United States. She's here. She made it to America. She sent me a message. I'm in the United States. I said, well, congratulations. And I guided her through the whole thing. First thing I did, got her out of Iran. And there's a process you got to go. You know, if you got an Iranian passport, you don't want to go back to Iran with a US K-1 visa and your passport. Don't do that. I told her, don't go back home. She was going to go back home with her Iranian passport with a US visa inside it to get up and pick her clothes up. I said, forget about your clothes. Buy new clothes. Forget about them. Give them to your mom and dad. Don't go back to Iran with a K-1 visa in your Iranian passport. Do you know what the Iranian government will do when you arrive in Tehran? They'll tear it out of your passport and shred it. So she stayed in Turkey, like I told her, and then she got her visa approved, like I said she would, and she flew from Turkey to the United States. She's in Texas, I believe. Dina, they didn't ask about my info. Oh, they got all your info, Dina Ali. When you filed the K-1 visa, you included your social security number in the I-129F, right? You remember doing that, right? Homeland Security are checking you out, and they're checking him out because he's from Iraq. All right? Now, the Iraqi people are good people. They want to feed their families. They go to work. They're just like Americans. But the governments that we got is different. Dina Ali, yeah, you're right, Dina. Just relax, Dina. You're good. Yeah. Belinda Joseph. Did I forget somebody? Priyanka. Priyanka, one more question, Diego. I worked in Sweden. Okay. My recent company acquired my company that hired me. Technically, both are the same companies now. I gave my current company address in 485. Will it be okay? Perfectly fine. You don't live in Sweden anymore. You live in Alabama. You live in Alabama. Immigration couldn't care less about what job you had in Sweden. They just asked for the information, but they don't care. Karina was a manager, an accountant in ice cream stores in Bogota. Does immigration care? No, she's not in Bogota. She's in Florida right here, right with me. Her husband, her protector, right? That's right. Relax, Priyanka. Immigration couldn't care less what happened to the company in Sweden. What they care about is that your sponsor is taking good care of you in America. That's all they care about. And Belinda, thank you, Diego. I'm glad it's almost over for us. Yay! It's almost over. You're right. Tina, I'm good. I'm just patiently awaiting my NOA2. It takes time, but you'll get it. They sent me original copies back on February 8th. Okay. So I know they are looking at my case. Very good. You're right at the finish line. I reckon by next week you'll get your NOA2 letter. What do you think? S. Bay. If one has multiple joint sponsors, is it more than merrier? You can have two. You can have a maximum of two. I wouldn't go past two joint sponsors. As long as the beneficiary, whether it's male or female, child, as long as the beneficiary is taken care of financially, medically, has food in the belly, lights on, a place to live, immigration, don't care. Dina, they asked me about his social media. Are they able to go to his Facebook and Instagram? They will look at his Facebook account. They will look on his Instagram account and see what he is writing about and posting. If they can't get access to it, they will subpoena Facebook and Instagram, and they will have to open up his account. It's much better he gives them access to his Facebook account and Instagram account. Okay, it's better that he just give them access. Okay, but they want to see what he's been posting in Facebook and what's he been posting in Instagram. So somebody from immigration is going to sit down and go through his Facebook account. They're going to go through his Instagram account. They want to see what he's writing about. Dina, what are they going to look for? More? They're looking for stuff that he posts on Facebook and Instagram. What did he post in there? Pictures with you? Did he take a vacation somewhere? That's what they want to check out. Priyanka, I have seen in Google, Phoenix lockbox takes 2 to 3 weeks to get the NOA letter for adjustment of status. Well, I would say in the next few days you'll have it. Don't pay any attention to what you read in Google. All right, you come and hang out with me, and I'll give you the real deal. Give it another 5 days. You should have it. I don't believe it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, there's no way. But you got to consider this also. You got to consider that it's the West Coast, and you got all those asylum seekers. I need asylum. All those people, they're processing those documents too. But you're gonna be okay, Priyanka. You get it next week. You'll get it. I think by next week. And for right now, Priyanka, what you need to do is you need to relax. Enjoy Alabama, learn your little town where you live in Alabama, and check it out. You got your text message on March 6th. Okay, so by this week, what's today? Okay, it's Friday, right? Today's Viernes. Hoy es Viernes. Today's Friday. Next week you'll get your letter. You'll get it, and you're going to probably have your biometrics either in Montgomery, Alabama, or New Orleans. I got a feeling it's going to be in New Orleans. So next week I get to drive Karina, my beautiful prometida, my beautiful wife. I've been saying that for years. My beautiful wife, my beautiful esposa. I get to drive Karina to New Orleans next week for her photo. Priyanka, I live in Auburn, Alabama. Okay, very good, very nice. That's a very nice town. Learn what you need to do is quit worrying about your green card and go and explore Auburn. Go check it out. Go learn the barrio. Explore. Find out where all the stores are. Diego, what's the worst thing that can happen? Sorry, I keep asking. That I'll finish from this process. The worst thing that can happen is that you have to wait for his visa to get approved. That's the worst thing. You got to wait for it to get. You're just waiting on him. There's the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The security people are doing a thorough check on your future husband because he's from Iraq. Okay. Did your future husband ever work for the Iraqi government? Did he ever serve in the Iraqi military? Was he ever in the Iraq? Did he ever serve in the Iraqi army or in the Republican Guard? Was he ever a member of the military? What did he do in Iraq? What was his job? Answer those questions, and I'll help you through this. Dina, I want to help you get through this. Was he ever in the Iraqi military? Did he ever work for the Iraqi government? I need to know that. Just wait it out, Dina. Come and hang out with us, and we'll get you through it, okay? S. Bay, does the welcome letter give instructions regarding the police clearance, etc.? Thank you both, by the way, and congratulations. Well, thank you, S. Bay. No, the welcome letter, it's a K1 FTP letter. Basically, it's just it's basically just a letter from the New Hampshire saying that your case is going to be getting ready to be shipped to the embassy. Then you're going to wait for in transit. Then you're going to wait for ready status from the embassy. Boom. And then you're going to wait for the embassy to contact you. Diego, what's the worst thing that can happen? Dina, relax. Dina, put your feet up and relax. You told me right here that he has never worked for the Iraqi government. He has never served in the Iraqi military. He just was a normal go to work, get up and go to work and come home and do the laundry and wash the dishes and eat dinner guy, right? Like everybody else in the world, whether you're in Ukraine, Russia, Cuba, North Korea, China, the United States, right? You get up, you go to work, you do your job, you come home, you go to bed, you eat dinner, you take a shower. But he never served in the military, he never served for the government. He'll be okay, in my opinion. Let me see. Ren S., I'm going to email Ted Cruz. My case said, I refuse to let the embassy string me along. No, don't let him do that, Ren S. Ren S is in Texas, by the way, guys. And she's got a future husband in Ghana. And she's trying to get her appointment scheduled for the embassy in Ghana, the U.S. embassy in Ghana. But they're slow. Priyanka, can I get a state ID now? Do you have a social security number? If you have do you have a social security number? You can. If you have your social security, okay, you can get a state ID. Go and get your state ID. But you can't get a driver's license in Florida. You can't without your green card. Ren S., Jason Murphy and I both have reached out to Ted Cruz, right? He's going to help you. Ted Cruz is going to get on it for you. Yasin Sandy. Yasin Sandy. Hi, please. I want to ask about address for SIN green card from New Mexico. New Mexico. Now, if it wasn't for the stupid taxes in New Mexico, right? New Mexico got these insane taxes that they put on their people. But if you live in New Mexico, you will mail your green card to Phoenix, Arizona. That's where you're going to send it. To Phoenix, Arizona. Do you want the address? Would you like me, Yasin, would you like me to give you the address on where to mail your green card package in Arizona? Priyanka, you're good. Go get your state ID with your social security number. Dina, he worked for the United Nations. Is that the United Nations? He worked for the United Nations, Dina? UN is United Nations, right? HCR, I don't know what that is. It's probably what, the health, something to do with the United Nations. Dina, help me out here. Keep me educated. So your future husband from Iraq, who's in United Arab Emirates, worked for the United Nations, right? Yes? Let's see here. Now, where's that person? Okay, Yasin, do you want me to give you the address on where to courier your green card? You can either send it by U.S. mail, U.S. Postal Service, or you can send it by UPS, FedEx, DHL. I recommend you send it by UPS, FedEx, or DHL. Ren S., can the senator push Ghana through to open up interview slots for my case? Yes. Okay. U.S. senators can call the State Department. They can call the 7th floor of the U.S. State Department in Washington, D.C. and say, why are you blocking K-1 visa interviews at the embassy in Ghana? What's your problem, State Department? The State Department works for the president, but the senators control the State Department. Do you understand what I'm saying? The United States of America, every state has 2 senators. Florida has 2 senators. Alabama's got 2 senators. And they got a lot of power. They got a big hammer. They can call the State Department and get stuff done. They call the State Department. The State Department's called the embassy in Ghana. The embassy in Ghana starts scheduling visa interviews. So the senators are very powerful, Renes. They're very powerful people politically. Dina, he works in a legal clinic network with UNCHR. What is UNCHR? Is that the United Nations something? I don't know what the UNCHR is. I'll check it out later. Why didn't Senator Cornyn help? because you got to be aggressive. You got to be more powerful on the phone. You got to remind these politicians that they work for you. Politicians work for you in America. You're a beneficiary. You're coming to the United States from another country, Ghana, Australia, England, France, Colombia, wherever you're coming from. When you get your green card, you become a taxpayer. First of all, you got to pay taxes in America. And number two, because you now become a taxpayer, you have representation from your government, your senators and your Congress and your local state government. They work for you. They're not leaders. They are representatives. We are a constitutional republic in the United States of America. If you hear somebody say we're a democracy, you fix them and you correct them on the spot and say, no, we're not. We are a republic. In a democracy, we work for the president of the country. In a republic, the president works for we the people. All right? So you got to know that, guys. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to get you educated. Ren asks the senior never come to the phone, speaks to his callers. Just got to keep you being aggressive with them. Keep calling them. Call them. All right? Keep calling them. And you will get something done. But Ted Cruz will get you working, will help you right away. Yeah, the senators are slow sometimes because they forget that they work for us. You got to remind them, Mr. Senator, you work for me. I pay your salary. When I pay my taxes, you take a piece of that and use it for your salary so you can go buy food and make your house payment. Dina Ali, what happened? Dina Ali, what happened where? What do you mean what happened? I'm right here. I'm right here. If you got more questions, I'm here for you guys, okay? I'll keep talking. Somebody wanted to know the address for their green card application. Dina, did you see the message? Yeah. You said that your future husband never worked for the Iraqi government and he never served in the Iraqi military. He worked for as a legal person for UNCHR. But I don't know what UNCHR is. And Ren is saying, please, can anyone with any luck with Ghana post in their K1? Please post. Yeah, Ernest got his K1 visa scheduled, his K1 visa appointment scheduled in Ghana. It took him 6 months, but he got his K1 visa appointment scheduled in Ghana. Oh, the United Nations. Okay, so he'll be good. He's perfectly fine. He's got no problems, Dina. You just got to wait for the government to get the job to finish up their investigation. That's all. Priyanka, what is the current processing time for an adjustment of status green card? I would say the maximum time you'd have to wait would be 8 months. 4 months would be the shortest amount of time. 8 months would be the maximum. Okay? I think Karina will get her green card in about 4 months, 4 to 6 months, 4 months. You know, that's what I think, just from seeing other people and following the real data, not just the you know, what I read. Don't go on Facebook and read all that garbage in Facebook. Excuse me. Facebook, stay out of Facebook, okay? Facebook, do you know who runs Facebook? Do you know who runs Facebook? Former employees of the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA. That's who runs Facebook. Stay out of Facebook. If you got a Facebook account, delete it. Don't use it, okay? It's just, all it is a tracking device for the US government to track you. That's all. They can find out where you are, what you're doing, when you post pictures. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Don't go in there. Stay out of Facebook. Priyanka, sure thing, Diego. No, Priyanka, you're good, okay? Your green card's approved. You just got to put your feet up on the desk and wait for your green card and wait for your biometrics. Antonio, will the fee increase go into effect on exactly April 1st? Yes. At midnight, medianoche, abril 1, 2024, on April 1st, 2024, at midnight, immigration will jack up all their K-1 visa fees, the green card application fees, the employment authorization document fees. Everything goes up in price. Okay? It all goes up in price. And yes, April 1st, Antonio. Priyanka, deleted my Facebook, Diego. Thank you. Oh, salute to Priyanka for getting rid of her Facebook page, because it's nothing more than a massive data collection bank for the US government. My opinion. That's all it is. They track you in there, just like your cell phone. You know, I didn't want to get a cell phone. I don't like cell phones, iPhones. I can't stand them. But I gotta have one. You know, gotta have one. All it is a tracking device. You know, if I go to Walmart with Karina, the US government knows I went to Walmart with Karina. They could they could ask for a warrant or a subpoena my cell phone data, and then Apple will give it to the FBI, and they say, oh yeah, well, Diego was at Walmart here, then he went to Alabama and ate at Hardee's, but he couldn't find the Hardee's, so he came back to Florida, then he went to New Orleans. That's what it is. I wish I could get rid of my cell phone. I really do. I'd rather have an analog telephone flip phone. Remember those flip phones? That's what I like. That's what I used to have, because the government can't track it. Let's see. Priyanka, you got rid of your Facebook account. I'm very proud of you. It's a hard thing to do, right? You're so used to having Facebook. You're like, oh, I gotta post this on Facebook. You know, I gotta post a picture of my dinner on Facebook. Here's my steak I had at Texas Roadhouse. Let me post it on Facebook, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Don't do it. Don't post anything on Facebook. Stay out of there. Private, take control of your life. Retake control of your life, and quit telling the government what you're doing, where you're at, what you're eating, who you're with. Stop it. Don't do it. Okay, guys, I've been talking. Okay, look at that. Oh, that's a cool name. Suggsy. Hello, Diego. Thank you for your wisdom and all of your help. You're welcome. My Venezuelan fiancée was issued her visa yesterday. Hope to have her here soon. In Bogota, Colombia. Okay, ¿tú entiendes? Karina and I, Karina, this is a salute. So you need to give a salute. Salud. Salute. It's a Venezuelan Mountain Dew salute for Suggsy. Okay, congratulations. Your Venezuelan fiancée was issued her visa yesterday. AJ. Antonio, why would they jack up the fees? Let me tell you why they're jacking up the fees for visas. They got to pay for all these asylum seekers. The asylum seekers, right? They're all, going to Mexico, and where they're from? Colombia, Venezuela, Mexico, Central America, Brazil. I'm from Brazil, and I feel like I need asylum in the United States. Why do you feel like you need asylum in the United States? Well, I don't feel comfortable living in Brazil. I don't feel comfortable living there. Okay, welcome to the United States. We'll give you a court date in about 3 years. Guess who's paying for that? We are. U.S. taxpayers, visa fees. We're paying for it. So we go through this process legally, like you guys are going through it legally, like Karina got here legally, went through the process, waited 22 months. And a part of my visa fee goes to help somebody who's crying like a little baby at the border with Mexico because they don't feel comfortable living in Colombia. I want to live in the United States. Colombia is no, I feel threatened. Get out of here. Get out of here. But who's paying for that? We are. So that's why they're jacking up the fees, Antonio. We welcome people into the United States. We put up our arms. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But come here legally. Like Karina, like you guys. Do it the right way. Okay, don't cry like a baby at the border in Mexico because you don't feel comfortable. You're begging for asylum. It's insane. Priyanka, how is Karina liking Florida? ¿Te gusta Florida, mi amor? Karina is loving Florida. She said very much she likes Florida. She loves it here. The weather, the climate. She loves the weather. She's just the beach. She likes She said everything's calm here. There's no radar. There's no noise. It's quiet. You know, there's no graffiti. There's no dirty streets. There's no people opening up trash bags. Antonio, pregunta para ti. Tu aprende inglés? Karina is learning English, Antonio. Okay, let's see. Let's try an English word. No? Okay. I put her on the spot there. Karina likes Florida and she's learning English. She's good. The way she's learning English is because when she sits in with me on the live stream, she can read all your questions in English, and it's helping her learn English. You guys are her teacher. Antonio, por favor, I want to hear her talk a few words, please. Por favor, tú habla inglés poco.
¿Qué quieres que te diga?
Say this. Say this.
No me gusta hablar en cámara.
She said she's not going to talk on camera. She's very shy. Okay, she's a shy person. She's a shy person. She's very quiet and very relaxed. You know, you'll never see Karina stressed. Nothing. Okay, she's totally chilled. Antonio, no problem. Okay, well, thank you. But Karina, she's learning English with me. Okay, but she's learning English with you guys too by reading these. By reading the live stream, is helping her learn English. Priyanka, take your time to learn. Karina, you will do it. Paso paso. Karina understood what you said, Priyanka. She understood. She can understand, but she's just having to learn how to speak it. And give it, give it another give it about a year, and Karina will be right on her mark. She's learning how to drive right now. She's doing fantastic. She knows how to drive. She's learning how to drive. So by the time she gets her green card, she can be ready to take her driver's test. I would have already prepped her for the driver's test. Karina's never driven anything in her life. In Venezuela, everything was a bus or a taxi. In Colombia, in Venezuela, she used the metro, which is like a train. And in Colombia, she used the bus and taxis. I was in Colombia for almost 2.5 years, mass, almost 3 years. I was in Colombia. I never drove once there. I used the Transmilenio. I used a taxi. Well, Karina did. I didn't have a clue. But I'm with Karina, and she said, okay, we need to go on this bus here, get off here, change the buses here, get on the bus here and go here. I'm like, what the heck? So we'd go from our apartment in Bogota to the National Museum of Bogota, to Central Bogota. We'd walk around Plaza Boulevard, and we did it by bus. And if I got sick and tired of the bus because it's so cramped with people sometimes, I'd say, man, we're going by taxi now. Let's go home. We got to take a taxi. Priyanka, perfect. Thank you, Priyanka. Priyanka, you need to put your feet up and wait for your green card and your biometrics. You're good. You're perfect. You're good. You are good. Antonio, it's funny. In the Philippines, everyone there speaks Tagalog and Bisaya, but all the signs and everything is in English. Yeah, Antonio, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Now, I've never been to the Philippines, but my friend, when I was in the Navy, I was in the U.S. Navy, my friend is from the Philippines. I've known him for 35 years. He was teaching me Tagalog, like Kumusta ka? And Mahirap ang buhay. I mean, I think he said that means life is hard. Antonio, you're right. The signs are in English. You're right. Priyanka, I'm learning Spanish too. I love this how Spanish sounds. Priyanka aprende español and Priyanka gusta sonidos de español. It's different. It's different. I like it when they roll their R's. I mean, how'd you do that? I mean, I can't do that. I mean, I'm never going to be perfect Spanish speaker, but I know how. But they use their tongue and they roll their tongue. And it takes, you got to learn from being a baby. You can't, in my opinion, you got to learn from being a baby. Karina has some trouble with English words because her tongue doesn't get around the word because she's used to a different pronunciation. Antonio, how often are you teaching her to drive? 30 minutes a day, four days a week. 30 minutes a day, Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. Wednesdays is a day off, Saturday and Sunday is a day off. So 4 days a week. So she's learning 2 hours a week, 8 hours a month. So in 5 months, so she'll have about 50 hours under her belt in about 5 months. 50 hours is the minimum that she needs. Has she got a permit? No, we're driving on private land. We're using my friend's land to drive on. So she hasn't got a permit yet. We don't drive on the street. Okay. We drive on my friend's street. It's private property. Okay. Fazak, do you watch television and movies with the subtitles on? Is that a question for Karina? Tu mira película con subtitles. She watches movies with the subtitles in English. So she can hear the person speak, and then she can read it at the same time. That's why she's going to learn. Priyanka, does Karina have an ID card? Yeah, she has a military ID card. I'm retired military. Karina has a military ID card. She's a military spouse. She can get on the military base and go shopping in the commissary. She's got full medical coverage. And all that was included in her green card application. Okay. Karina, Priyanka, state ID. No, we didn't bother with the state ID. She has a military ID. She's got a federal military ID. State ID is a waste of time. We're just going to wait and get her driver's license. Antonio, it seems like she can understand the words in English. She's answering the question before you. Tú entiendes palabras en inglés. Tú responde primero. Yeah, she knows. She can understand the question and she responds in Spanish. But here's the thing. Karina has a degree in taxation. She's a tax accountant. When she was in Venezuela, she was the director of accounting for a big company, a massive company. She was making all kinds of money. And then the communists came in and destroyed her business. Okay, right? She's sad. Karina gets sad when she hears that, okay? It makes her sad. So I don't like to talk about it. But that it is what it is. Priyanka, gracias para paciencia, Diego y Karina. Thank you for your patience. You're welcome. Priyanka, we're here for you. Ryan Redwood, if you have an international driver's license, do you have to do a driver's test in the USA? Yes. Yes, you do. He says it depends. Antonio says it depends on the state. No. You have to get a U.S. driver's license. Oh, do you have to take a test? Likewise, Ryan's correct. It depends on the state on that. But you need to get a U.S. driver's license. Don't drive in the United States on an international driver's license while you're waiting for your green card. Don't do that. You know, what if you get into a car accident and it's your fault? Immigration's coming after you, Mr. Beneficiary, Mr. Beneficiary, Miss Beneficiary. First thing they're going to ask for is your U.S. driver's license. Where is it? I don't have one yet. I'm waiting. I haven't got it yet. Why not? Waiting on my green card. Okay. Why are you driving? Well, I got an international driver's license. Well, you just caused an accident. It's not a good idea. Do not go on the public streets. Now, Karina's on private roads, private land. She's learning on a private farm on how to drive. But don't drive in the U.S. before you don't do it until you get your green card and you can get your U.S. driver's license. I was told you can drive on an international driver's license up to 90 days. I've got that information on Facebook. Facebook, stay out of there. Don't go in Facebook, okay? That's the land of misinformation. When you get to the United States of America, you can drive on an international driver's license as a tourist for 90 days. As a tourist. You are not a tourist. You are a immigrant waiting on a green card. You're not a tourist. If you come to the United States on a B2 tourist visa, you can't. Let's suppose you come on vacation. You got an international driver's license. You can drive in the United States for 90 days as a tourist on a B2. But you came into the United States on a K1 visa, right? Or a spousal IR1, CL1 visa. You can't drive, and you can drive, but you got to have a U.S. driver's license. When I was in Colombia as a tourist, I could drive in Colombia. As a tourist, I can drive in Colombia. When I applied for a cedula a Colombian visa to live in Colombia for a year so I can be with my beautiful Karina, I was told I had to get a Colombian driver's license or else I could not drive. The same is true in the United States of America. You can come to the USA on a tourist visa and drive on your international driver's license for 90 days. Once you apply for a green card, you are not a tourist, you are an immigrant awaiting adjudication. Wait for your green card before you drive. If you get into an accident, you could be in serious trouble with immigration. Antonio, delete your Facebook account. Please get rid of that junk. Stay out of there. It's just nothing but drama. Okay, guys, I've been talking for almost an hour. We had a great session today. Did you learn anything new? Did you learn anything? You did, right? We'll be back tomorrow at, what's today, Friday? Tomorrow, 6 o'clock, I'll do another live stream for you guys, okay? But I want to go watch a movie with Karina. I think I'll go sit in the garden. All right? Antonio, get rid of your Facebook account. See you tomorrow. And thanks for that super chat there,